Good morning, traders. Wanted to reach out to everyone, kind of showing a feature that is in the higher level of OptionStrat. So OptionStrat has some great holiday promotions, Black Friday deals, etc. So I'm assuming a lot of new people came on board, and I want to be able to show some of the features that are in that paid level. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to use the flow function here today. Now, this is a pretty cool tool that kind of gives a trader some insight into what all other people might be doing out there. So if I look at flow, I can look at a flow summary, I can look at live flow of a specific symbol, I can look at news flow, insider trading, etc. To me, the flow summary is a great place to start. It quickly tells me what trades are going off out there that are giving a bullish sentiment to a specific stock, what trades are going off giving a bearish sentiment. The other thing you'll notice here, this symbol here that has a slash in front of it, has a slash in front of it, a slash in front of it. These are the new futures products that are now included in OptionStrat as well. So if you are a futures or commodity trader, you now have that information in here also. /ZB, which is the 30-year Treasury bond. So again, a lot of cool stuff in here, and this is updating information in real time. Again, I'm just going to look at the summary here to start, and I look down through a lot of the different trades that are going off, and I can get a sense. I mean, there's been $7.12 million in what I would call bullish sentiment going into Amazon. Okay, well, that's a pretty telling thing to look at. Then I'm also looking at, 16 million going into bonds. Well, bonds is actually a huge, monstrous market. So a big number like bonds isn't, a huge factor. There's always going to be big numbers in bonds specifically. Coinbase, 3.44 million going into that. If I want to see more details on that, I can simply click on that and it will show me all the different trades that are going through. And it gives me kind of an overall sentiment as to how bullish this movement is. So, Coinbase is a little past center here on the dial, if you will. Let me back up now and let me look at Palantir. I looked at this earlier. You can see extremely bullish on Palantir. Now, these are some of the many trades going through. Now, Palantir is a little more what I might call fringe than like an Amazon, or it's not quite the meme stock that a Coinbase is. It's a good solid stock, appears to be a good solid company, but obviously lots of people are coming in here with bullish trades. They're buying the 21 calls that expire in January. Somebody just bought $30,000 worth of those. This person's buying the 20 calls. Somebody is selling the 21 put, also a rather bullish move. So anyhow, if we look through this, we can see that there's a lot of bullish action in and around, for the most part, that 20 to 21 point. So let's take a look and see where and how this is trading right now. I'm going to go ahead and remove my face here so that we're getting the full information off of the screen here. So if I take a look at Palantir, we can see this is a bar chart, daily bars, that it has moved up considerably after an earnings report here that occurred back in May. It's kind of chopped around. It made new highs just recently, and now it's fallen back. It's had a pullback. And, this might be, if I were looking at stocks and doing a technical reading, this seems a somewhat logical place that somebody might turn bullish because of the pullback into what had previously been resistance. Been resistance here, been resistance here, kind of close to resistance here. Then it had been, support here, support here, support here. So it would kind of be a logical place that even a regular A technical trader might look to get a little bit bullish. Now, most of these people are looking at 21 calls. That means in order for this trade to become profitable at expiration, this is going to have to be above 21, and it's going to have to be above 21 by the amount that I paid for this position. So let's just go back. Now that we have an idea of what that chart looks like, we can come back and we can take a look at these different trades and get a sense as to what these are looking like. So this person is trading on December 15th. They're selling 21 puts. They're basically of the opinion, in order to make this trade, that Palantir is likely going to be above 21 by December 15th. I think that might be a little bit aggressive. I mean, I like to have a little more time available on my trades. So I'm going to look probably personally more at like this January 21 call. And when I say look at this, and personally, these should all be paper trades. I want to be clear on that anything we're doing here should always be done in paper, particularly if you're newer to this and you're not sure exactly what is happening. So if I take a look at that particular trade, so this is pretty cool. It shows me right here what's happening. Person is buying the 21 call that expires on January 19th. In this case, they bought 1,500 of them. They paid on average about the 53 cents. This little A, that's kind of telling as well. They paid at or above the asking price. So they really wanted into this position. They didn't shop it. They didn't put a number out there waiting to see if it got hit. They just jumped right in and said, I want to get in this position. Obviously, this is a bullish position here. And here's just kind of a general chart of that position. Now, here's what's pretty cool is it shows me right here to make this trade, I'd need to make a $58 investment. My maximum potential loss would be $58. The maximum gain is infinite because, of course, there is no upside cap if we just own the long call. It currently has a 21% chance of profit, but obviously there's a lot of people out there that are more bullish about this trade, hence the strong flow. And OptionStrat even tells us right here, remember how I said we have to be above $21 by the amount that we paid for this position? Well, it's telling me right here, if we're going to be paying right now, it's up to $59 is what the ask is. So it's already moved up since this person bought at 53. But right now it's telling us that in order for this trade to break even or be profitable, the price of Palantir at expiration is going to have to be above $21.59. So we have to hold that opinion in order to make this trade. If you don't think it's going to be above that price come January 19th, there would be no sense in making the trade. So again, coming back and looking at this, okay, that means that we've got to essentially break to a new high prior to that point in time. Given how bullish this thing seems to have been running, given the bullishness of our market right now, I do think that's a possibility, and that's a relatively low amount of risk to potential reward. So I can open this now in Visualizer, and this shows me what this position looks like. Now let me tighten up my range a little bit. See, the range is a ways out here because this thing right now, let's see, is this, so this is kind of where we're at right now on it. So if it gets above this 21.59, that's when we would start to have some profit in this trade. Okay, and again, profit is unlimited. Now, is Palantir likely to run up to 28, 29, 30 between now and January 19th? I don't think so. So while technically it's unlimited profit, I think it would be unrealistic to expect a huge number. And again, what we pay for this trade right now, at the time that I did this, it could have been done for $53. Now the price is higher. Now if I were to go execute this order, we just saw on my platform the price was actually 59 cents. So that means that the max loss and the debit to get into this trade would in fact be 59 cents at this point. So I'm okay with that though. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this particular trade. So I can basically save the trade here. I'll share that with everyone. What I do want to do though here is I need to come in and I need to adjust that price to represent the current price. You can see here the bid and ask, 59 cents. So I do want to at least reflect that I didn't get into that instantly, that I once I picked it up off of the feed, and by the time I got to it, price had already moved against me. So I do want to make sure I reflect that. So this is the long call. This will be a start to finish trade, Palantir long call. I'm going to save that trade. And I will copy this link. I'll put the link in the description down below for everyone so that you can copy it into your platform and just kind of, watch along, study it. So again, what we need to have happen here, this is, of course, the P&L line at expiration. If I bring it back to today, if Palantir were to run today, if it were to get a big run on it for whatever reason and move up to that $21 price, well, I could be up $108 here in the next day or two if it moves up to 21 quickly, which, again, ideally is what we're looking for in these scenarios. I will tell you, if that were to happen, I may sell a long call against it in around the 24-25 range just to increase my profitability a little bit. Now, I'm getting ahead of myself just a bit here. I will need to wait and see how this plays out. But for right now, this is my position. Again, paper position in Palantir. And I'll keep an eye on this over the next week or two and see how this thing might move forward. But I just wanted to show the process of finding a trade idea here in the flow summary, digging into it a little bit deeper to see how bullish people are actually perceiving this, and then to go ahead, enter my position, paper position, and then let's see what I might do with that going forward. Again, this doesn't expire until January 19th, so well over a month away. Got some time on this, and that'll be it for now. Thanks, everyone. And please, in the comments below, feel free to ask questions. So long as they're not too detailed, I can answer them there. Let us know that you're liking this content, that this content is helpful in the educational process for you. And if there's anything specific we should make sure that we cover going forward. Take care, everyone.